Hey everybody, this is Lord Tremendous with Battle Report for you. It's the final one for the local tournament, round 3 that I was running. This one, 2,500 points. It's Lord Tremendous, me, versus Richard the Cannon Heart. He plays Empire. And no, that's not the name that he gave to his general. That's just the name I gave to him because I can do that. It's my Battle Report. The scenario for this one was Banner Collector. It's basically the Blood and Glory Fortitude scenario. I just tweaked it because I don't like the idea of once you hit your Fortitude rating, the game's just over. I don't like that. I think it's garbage. And then basically I end the game the same way, but you get to keep playing to maybe salvage it. The first player to Fortitude 3, first player to force his opponent to Fortitude 3 gains 1,000 victory points, unless your opponent can also bring you down to Fortitude 3 before the end of the turn. So let's say turn 3, top of turn 3, you go, and you get your opponent down to Fortitude 3. If your opponent, by the end of the bottom of turn 3, basically at the end of his turn, can get you down to Fortitude 3, neither of you get the 1,000 victory points. But if by the top of turn 4, you still have more than 3 Fortitude, you get the 1,000 victory points. And at 1,000 victory points over your opponent, it's going to be hard for them to come back from something like that. So it's actually pretty much the same thing. The game is over, but you still get to play. Because you pay to play in these tournaments. What's the point in playing a 20-minute game? Or God forbid somebody doesn't know about it and only has like 2 banners in their entire army. Just. So yeah, my army list is the same as before. I've got the Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous with the Mark of Nurgle, Chaos Armor, Wings, Level 4 Wizard, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster's Shard, Soul Feeder, Poisonous Slime, Nurgle's Rot, Scaly Skin, and he uses the Lore of Nurgle. My heroes are the Exalted Hero, Kanka the Festering. He had the Mark of Nurgle, BSB, Warrior Bane, Dragon Helm, Talisman of Endurance, Iron Curse Icon, Hideous Visage, and he had a shield. Um, oh yeah, and he's backed up by his buddy, Exalted Hero, Jeth the Appraiser. Sorry, he had Jeth the Appraiser, Exalted Hero. He had Mark Zinch, Sword of Change, Luckstone, Chalice of Chaos, and the Enchanted Shield. My core is as core as it gets. I have 19 Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Nurgle with full command, hand weapon shield, banner of eternal flame. Backed up, I had a 19 by unit of Chaos Warriors with the Mark Zinch, full command, halberds, blasted standard, and I will say halberds however I want to say it, sir. Don't worry, the person that's supposed to understand that will. My special choices were 5 Hellstriders with Banner Musicians, Spears, and Shields. Chimera with Poison and Regen attacks. I had 3 Dragon Ogres with Halberds and a ton of uselessness. And my rare choice was the Mutalith Vortex Beast. My opponent, and this is from memory as well because I didn't get his army list, was he had 3 Warrior Priests. If they were kitted out with anything, I don't remember what it was. I think it's called an Arc Lector. It was on that weird like Pope Mobile special chariot thing. He had a level 4 Laura Lightcaster on a Barded Steed. He had 2 level 1 Lightcasters on Barded Steeds. He had a Captain BSB. Again, whatever they had, I have no idea. He had a unit of 6 Pistoliers with a Musician. He had a Steam Tank. He had 2 cannons, a Hellblaster Volley Gun, a unit of 35 Halberdiers with full command. I don't think they had a Magic Standard. If they did, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, they had full command and a detachment of 15 swordsmen. And he also had a unit of 12 Inner Circle Knights, I think is what they are. Circle Knights, I don't know. But yeah, that is what he had. He had magic items. I do not know what they were. He had the Arc Lector had the Speculum, the Identity Theft item, where you trade a bunch of stats in a challenge. But yeah, it might not be written down. My spells are again what you see is what you get. Just had the level 4 Mark Nurgle guy. His spells right there. I'm not going to read them to you because you can just pause it and take a look yourself. That's what I take pictures for. Over here, this is deployment. As you can see, he did a denied flank. He sent the Pistoliers over to the right flank, or my left flank, and then he just kind of turtled up in his left flank. Just all of his heavy hitters and everything was over there, and his center was made up of artillery. And I just kind of walked right into it. I didn't know what else to do. It's been a long time since I've run into Empire. Top of turn 1, I did not Vanguard. He did with his Pistoliers, but I did not, so I could charge in case that happened. And that's exactly what happened. He came up, my Hellstriders charged, and my Mutalith charged. He actually was going to stand and shoot against the Hellstriders until the Mutalith charged, and then he decided it was too much heat, and he fled, and he only fled 3 inches. So I was able to easily catch them with my Hellstriders. Top of turn 1, before any real movement, 1 charge. Hellstriders are already at devastating charge, and I'm up in points because the Pistoliers is dead. So here's top of turn 1 after movement, and as you can see, the Dragon Ogres came up. I didn't want to get too close because I didn't want to get charged by all those knights. The Chimera came up. I figured I could use the forest as cover from the cannons and stuff like that. Both units of warriors just came up. I needed to get in there as quick as I could. The Demon Prince ran around the side of that pyramid-looking thing because I didn't want to catch too many cannon shots to his face. And the Mutalith failed his charge, so he just kind of hangs out there. And the Hellstriders charged and caught somebody, so they end up right where they're at. That was really it. My magic phase was a wash. The Mutalith wasn't in the right area, and the Demon Prince there was nothing for him to get off. It was nothing. So yeah, bottom of turn 1. After movement, he really didn't move anywhere. He really didn't do anything. Didn't really need to. He's a shooty army, you know. He's got 3 cannons and a Hellblaster cannon on there, and there was no reason for him to move up. Not to mention his 3 casters with Laura Light. So yeah, let the good times start. Cannonball takes careful aim and fires at my Mutalith. Hits him, wounds him. I fail my regen, and he does 6 wounds. It's sad. It almost looks like he's sleeping, doesn't it? I miss him so much. His other cannon, though, takes careful aim at my Chimera, fires, and misfires. And he misfires 1 and explodes. I was very happy about that. So yeah, at least there was 1 less cannon on the table I had to worry about. So top of turn 2, because his magic phase, I just stopped it. I had my level 4 still. He had his level 4. I was able to just stop his spells. He was trying to get that banishment off on me, and I just didn't want it to happen. It was just too strong, dangerous. He might have gotten a couple of his little bounce spells off, but I really didn't care about those yet because I wasn't in combat with him. So as you can see, the Chimera shifts over. My plan was basically to let the Knights charge him. I was hoping that he would move up this turn after I went, or shift or anything like that, and give me just a possible charge. I was going to go for it with the Chimera. The Dragon Ogres pretty much stay where they're at because at this point my confidence in them is shot. I don't really know what else to do, but I do also think that maybe my Dragon Ogres are holding his whole army up right now in that little bottleneck. So if he can't move and I just have to give up my useless Dragon Ogres to hold him there, seems like a good use for them. The Demon Prince jumps up on the pyramid to get into the... I wanted to get him into the steam tank because I wanted to start putting some wounds on him so that he would stop generating, steam points because it's just too dangerous. And the Hellstriders get around to get a hold of that remaining cannon. I think I got 1 spell off on the Tzeentch Warriors for magic, and obviously I had no shooting. So bottom of turn 2, movement, yeah. He didn't move at all. Again, nothing at all. I think maybe his casters kind of flitted around near the knights, but that was about it. But his cannonballs move. My Chimera, looking like he's going to lead off and try to steal second. Cannon threw him out. Yeah, hit him no problem. Just did 6 wounds. I failed my 4-up regen, and he did 6 wounds to him. So yeah, 2 rounds, 2 monsters. It was one of those. All my games in this tournament started off like that, where I'm just on the ropes immediately by turn 2, losing about half my army. I don't know if that's just my bad luck or my bad generalship, but it's definitely me. My Nurgle Warriors also tried to charge the Halberdiers and failed. I think I needed a 9 and I rolled an 8, so I almost made it. And I think the Tzeentch Warriors tried to charge the Hellblaster volley gun and missed it by like a lot. So what can you do? Yeah, top of 3 though, as you can see, that's after movement. No, that was this turn. That was this turn that all those failed charges happened, because my Demon Prince made it into the Hell Cannon, or into the Steam Tank. Last turn during his shooting phase, his Hell Blaster volley gun put 2 wounds on my Demon Prince, so that sucked. Over here, the Hellstriders got a hold of the cannon, which was awesome. And yeah, magic was a wash. I have no shooting, so we went to combat, and the Hellstriders blew through the cannon crew, no problem. Killed them to a man, and then I overran because I wanted to hit the halberdiers because now they're stubborn. Devastating charge, stubborn, flank of the halberdiers. I was like, why not? Maybe I won't keep them around for a while, but hey, it really bottles them up real good, and now I'm going to move up. But I didn't overrun far enough, and I didn't hit the halberdiers. So over here, I scratched my name into the side of his tank, but I didn't get past his armor. And he couldn't do anything to me, so it was just one of those things where it's like, why do I bother bringing you to the table? Bottom of 3, after movement, his halberdiers take the cue from the Nurgle warriors and charge. They make it no problem. And I think his detachment turns around to accept the charge from the Hellstriders. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of movement. I think maybe his knights shimmied like to the side or back a little bit. But nothing overly interesting other than that. Sweet, sweet combat. Just a better look at the situation there. And then, boom. Of course I win combat. My BSB puts a wound on his BSB. I wasn't able to kill him. He made his saves or something like that. I actually rolled pretty well from the BSB this time. But I put a wound on him, and the Nurgle Warriors did a ton of wounds into the Halberdiers. I didn't lose any of them back. Maybe one guy. I can't remember. I don't think I lost anybody in this one. I think I lost the one Nurgle Warrior to a shooting attack earlier in the game. But it doesn't really matter because they were steadfast and they made it no problem. Over here, he generated 3 steam points and he did 3d3 grinding attacks and he rolled 9. And he just ground him into the dirt. Demon Prince dead. Bottom of 3. I way underestimated the steam tank and I paid for it with my general. So yeah, that's like the second time in this tournament my general has died. The first time was bad luck, and this time was just bad generalship on my part. But hey, buddy, if you're watching this, thank you for the lesson. I will not make that mistake again. Top of turn 4, after movement, my Tzeentch Warriors hit the Hellblaster Volley Gun finally. My Hellstriders hit the detachment of swordsmen, and while my Dragon Ogres attempt to charge the Knights, I fail and move up 5 inches. Everything else is dead, and that's mostly Cannon's fault. As you can see, Hellstriders hit the swordsman no problem. The Tzeentch Warriors hit the Hellblaster Volley Gun, and they destroy it, and they overrun. But they only overrun 3 inches, so guess who is going to have no problem hitting me in the flank next turn? Over here with the Hellstriders, they get into combat, and I pulverize 5 of the little bastards. They kill 1 of me. I win combat, but they're steadfast, so... Yeah, and General's right there in the Pope Mobile. Now, what's interesting about this, and this was not part of my plan, was that when the Pope Mobile, during his turn, the Pope Mobile wants to charge the Hellstriders, and he can't because his model ends up off the table. And we looked through the book, and it actually says if you charge and you're hanging off the table, that's not allowed. You cannot end your movement off the table. You can shimmy your base off the table to wheel or something like that as long as you end up back on the table. But to be hanging off the table, that's a no-no. So he could not charge the flank of my Hellstriders, and that's the only thing that saved them. More grinding with the Halberdiers versus Nurgle Warriors. I actually kill off his BSB this turn, and I get +1 strength on my BSB, and I lose a couple of Nurgle Warriors. The Halberdiers are starting to find a sweet spot. But I killed 5 or 6 of those guys, maybe more, and all is glorious. I win combat, but they're still steadfast, so they stick. Bottom of 4, this is after movement. As you can see, his casters just kind of come around to get a better shot for banishment and their little pew-pew spells or whatever. The Arc Lector in his Chariot of Doom or whatever comes around because he can't charge, and he's gonna try to get into Nurgle Warriors and mess up my BSB. I didn't really know. Over here, the cannon uses all 3 of his steam points that he generates without a problem to just slam into the flank of my Tzeentch Warriors. And so when combat comes around, I'm going to use my Chalice. And I do. And I roll a 6, and I make my leadership, and my Demon Prince is back. Granted, he doesn't have wings or magic spells or be Mark Nurgle. He's Mark Zinch in this situation. But damn it, I have a Demon Prince back on the table, and I can. He doesn't. If I gets killed, he doesn't cost me any points. I've already lost the points for my Exalted Hero turning into the Demon Prince, so I'm thinking, awesome. I'm going to charge, and I'm going to just lock him into the worst combat he could be in, and save my Nurgle Warriors, and possibly win this game. So yeah, the Steam Tank does its thing and kills 7 of my guys with his impact hits. Uh, I don't do anything back to him, and I'm steadfast, and I turn to face him. The Halberdier guys, they lose combat by a ton. I kill his Warrior Priest or his Unit Champion, one of the two with my BSB, and now my BSB has an extra ward save as a 6-up ward save now. They lose combat, they flee, and my Nurgle Warriors catch them, and they go up there. So yeah, that was awesome. That was a bunch of points that I really needed. Over here, the what is it? Top of 5, I think it is here. Yeah, top of 5. We come over here, and the Demon Prince. I screwed up because at first, real quick, my Demon Prince initially was going to charge the caster, the little blue one in the middle of the table in this picture. And we were all lining up, line of sight, and everything like that. We're all getting ready to do the roll and do the measurement. And I'm like, wait, Demon Princes don't come with wings. He can't fly. What am I doing? He did not even swift stride. So I changed it. I had to readapt my strategy here because what I wanted to do was get a hold of his knights and kill them because I figured they were worth a lot of points. I could really use them. But I also wanted to bail out my Hellstriders. So I charged my Nurgle Warriors into the detachment of swordsmen that the Hellstriders are currently fighting, thinking I'm going to kill this unit to a man, and I'm going to turn to face the knights. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my Dragon Ogres up as bait. I want the knights to charge them, and when they charge him, I'm going to flee. And as long as he moves up more than 3 or 4 inches, I'll have a beautiful flank charge on him with either my Nurgle Warriors or my Hellstriders. Maybe if I'm lucky, my Demon Prince will beat this thing in combat and get through. So it was a gamble. It was a long shot, but I figured I'd go for it. So the Demon Prince slams into Arc Lector because he's unbreakable and he's not worth any points. So the Lector could have screwed that up by hitting my Zinch or my Nurgle Warriors, and then I would have just been screwed. But luckily, I got the Chalice of Chaos and it worked out for me. So I just went with the tools that I had. So yeah, the Zinch Warriors slam into the Swordsman, and the Demon Prince slams into the Pope Mobile thing. Zinch Warriors turn to face the Steam Tank. I throw a whole bunch of attacks at it. I wound a few times, and he makes all of his armor saves. So I don't do any damage to it. I win combat, but it's unbreakable, so it doesn't care. Here, this actually went a lot better than I expected it. I flubbed my rolls. I still won combat. I didn't lose any more. I think I lost one more Hellstrider, possibly. I have at least 2 left. No, I lost 1 Hellstrider, but I had everything else. He broke, fled, and my Hellstriders, I tested Restrain and Pursue with the Nurgle guys. The Hellstriders ran them down, and they ran off the table. So they are now Devastating Charge. The 2 that I have left are Devastating Charge, Stubborn, and a 4-up ward. So that's awesome. That's the first time I've ever gotten them fully charged before. I was very excited. Bottom of 5, as you can see, my Nurgle Warriors have turned to face. My Dragon Ogres are waiting to be charged. My Demon Prince is still in combat with that stupid Lector thing that had the Horonic Speculum on him or whatever. So now I'm weapon skill. No, I'm Strength 4, Toughness 4, with 2 attacks and initiative garbage, and he's got Demon Prince stats across there. So that sucked. Yeah, and as you can see, he goes for the bait. He takes the bait, and I flee, and I get away, and he moves up 5 or 6 inches. I can't remember how many it was, but it was enough. His Steam Tank takes a misfire. He just loses a steam point. It wasn't a big deal. It didn't even take any damage. Yeah. The casters run up and cast a Banishment Smell on my Dragon Ogres. I just really didn't care. The Dragon Ogres had done their job, and they were already fleeing, so they can't take another panic check. So I was like, yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, the steam tank grinds the hell. With only 2 steam points, he's still able to roll out of the box and just stomp 5 more of my Zinch warriors. I'm steadfast, and as you can see from the dice roll, I make it. Yeah, this combat is just a big slap fest. He doesn't do any more wounds to me. I do nothing to him, and he turns the face, so I don't have the flank anymore. Over here, my it's top of 6 here. Sorry about that. I got overexcited, I guess, and I didn't take any pictures. But yeah, the Nurgle warriors turn and charge the knights and got a hold of them. I needed a 6 or a 7, and I rolled an 8. So I got a hold of them. I brought the Hellstriders back on the table, moving up 7 to put pressure on the casters. The Dragon Ogres rally, and they turn to put some pressure on the casters and stuff, just trying to, get them all stuck. But I was thrilled. Combat res alone, he's going to need like a 2 or a 3 to stay, and that's with no damage done either way. I was excited. And poof, it went better than I could have expected. I did like 5 or 6 wounds. They lost by 8 or 9. The knights, during his movement phase, he moved his casters around to the direction the knights were going to flee. So when the knights broke, panic checks from they bounced off the table. There was no way they were coming back. I did pursue just in case, but yeah, his level 4 caster panics off the table. His level 1 caster panics off the table. The only caster he has left is that one on the very board edge, and I just miss him by like an inch. So yeah, bottom of 6, as you can see, the table is desolate. The Dragon Ogres survived because they were bait. The Hellstriders are running around because I forget it's turn 6, and I'm trying to get a hold of the stupid, the last caster. The Zinch Warriors are still into the Hell Cannon. And so yeah, we're fighting there. And yeah, we just go straight to combat because there's nothing else really going on. And the steam tank just mulches the rest of my Zinch warriors, kills them to a man. It was unfortunate, but I way underestimated a steam tank, and I will never do that again. And yeah, this Demon Prince reject ended up getting killed by the Arc Lector and stuff. So yeah, back to the warp, you failure. But here it is. That's the end of the game. Last round of a 3-round competition, and I actually eked out a victory. Real quick, again, take a look at these banners. If you want one that looks just as cool, but to your own specifications, please go to that email. Go to that email account that's on the page right now. I'm telling you, it's worth your money. It's worth your time. But in the end, it was victory, barely, for Lord Tremendous. I got 2,026 points from him, and he got 1,736 from me. We honestly forgot all about the scenario thing, and we couldn't remember who got down to Fortitude 3 first, or if it was in the same turn. So as a TO, I just said, you know what, if you can't remember, then it didn't happen. Rather than give somebody points that didn't deserve it, or give somebody points on a whim, it was just, you know what, if we were too foolish as adults to remember something like that, then we don't deserve the points. So it didn't happen. So we just went with straight victory points. I ended up losing my Demon Prince, 2 if you count the Exalted Hero. The Demon Prince got killed. My Exalted Hero got transformed, but he counts as a death. The Zinch Warriors got mulched by the steam tank, and my Mutalith got shot by a cannon. My Chimera got shot by a cannon too. That sucked. But what can you do? Fair is fair. Empire ended up losing 2 cannons, 3 warrior priests, a level 4 and a level 1 caster, his Hellblaster, his Halberdiers, his BSB, his Swordsman detachment, his Pistoliers, and his Inner Circle Knights. In case you're curious, I ended up taking 5th overall in the tournament of 12 players. It was I have no complaints about this game. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be really rough to get a hold of these war machines, but once I got past them, I could get to the meat of his army, and I was able to just outstat them, which was good. That bait and switch with the Nurgle Warriors, that was really a turner. If I hadn't gotten that, it might have been a draw. It might have been a victory in his favor, because I got hundreds of points there, especially with the level 4 caster and the level 1 caster running off the table as well. So yeah, it really came down to turn 6. It was a very close game. It was a very fun game, and I really like playing against this guy. He's a really good guy, a real happy guy. Even when things are going left field, I'm guilty of it too. We get a little salty. He doesn't get salty. He's a really good guy, real good-hearted guy to play against, and I'm looking forward to the rematch. The Hellstriders really pulled it off. Getting a hold of the Pistoliers first and foremost, that was huge. Taking out that cannon was huge. Getting a hold of the detachment was big. Yeah, getting up to a fully kitted up devastating charge, stubborn, and a 4-up board was awesome. It didn't really do anything after that point, but it was still awesome to have. But yeah, I appreciate the game, man, and thank you for a very well played, very fun game. Thank you guys for watching my battle report. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. And yeah, if you have any kind of questions, concerns, or suggestions or whatever, put them in the comments section below, and hopefully I can make this even better. Thanks.